What's up everyone? In today's video we are going to go over 10 gifts that any fisherman would love. With the holidays quickly approaching, I know that some of us might be scrambling to get some gifts for fishermen, but no matter what the time of the year is, if you are trying to purchase a gift for fishermen, I know it can seem very overwhelming, but I'm going to break down 10 gifts that are super easy to buy and that any fisherman would love. So stick around and let's see what is on the list. So like I said, in today's video we're going to go over 10 gifts that any fisherman would love, and I'm going to do them from least expensive to most expensive. That way you guys can find a gift that is going to be well within your budget, and I'm also going to make it super easy for you. I know whenever you go into a tackle store or shopping for fishermen, there are so many options as far as what to buy, but I'm going to leave a link in the description below for all of the items that I feature in today's video to make it as easy as possible for you. So starting off the list with the least expensive item is going to be very simple, and it is just lures. You can't go wrong with a soft plastic lure, and right here I have two of my favorite baits to throw. One is the Gulp shrimp. You can really catch anything in the saltwater with this. Everything loves shrimp, and the scent that the Gulp has just attracts many fish. Also, I have a paddle tail made from my boys over at Salt Strong. The thing I love about this particular bait is, again, it's super easy to use. You can just throw out, reel in, and you will definitely catch fish on this lure. I recently just fished a tournament and all of my fish were caught on this one lure. Also, another fun thing that fishermen love is casting topwater lures, and the Super Spook Junior is one of my personal favorites. Has a really good action. It's pretty inexpensive. It will definitely cause some excitement in your fisherman's life because of the blow-ups that you will get on this. Now the next item on our list comes in around 30 bucks, and it is a pair of fishing gloves. Now the reason that I like fishing gloves is just because fish are slimy, fish can have some sharp teeth and some sharp spines sometimes, and whenever you are trying to handle the fish, sometimes it's just a lot easier to put on some gloves and handle the fish. Also, if you're like my brother-in-law and just don't like touching fish at all, well, gloves are the way to go. Alrighty, next up on the list is a pair of high quality pliers, and this pair specifically is from Danco. They make a really good set of pliers. They come in around 50-60 bucks depending upon the model. Now one thing I like about these is they have the replaceable line cutters, as you can see there. So if they wear out, depending upon what kind of line you're cutting, you can just unscrew those, replace them, and your pliers will feel like they're brand new. These Dancos I've had for probably 3 years now, and they still are in great shape. They feel really good in your hand, and they're relatively inexpensive for a pair of pliers that's going to last you a long time. And a good high quality pair of pliers is a tool that any fisherman should have. They're extremely useful for pulling the hook out of a fish's mouth, and also, like I said, those line cutters are invaluable when it comes to tying knots, switching out lures, and just overall it's a great tool to have. It's an essential item for any fisherman. So check out the Danco pliers. I think you'll really love them. Being an essential item, you can't go wrong with buying a new pair of pliers. Alrighty, next up on the list is something that is also another essential, and that is actually some apparel. Specifically here I have a hoodie. You can't go wrong with buying your fishermen some clothes, just because, one, we're fishing out in the sun all day. It's super important to have something protecting your skin from the UV rays, and that's one reason why I specifically like hoodies, is just because I can cover my entire head along with the buffs that I wear, and I can be protected from the sun and really not have to put on sunscreen at all. I specifically like AFTCO. One of the reasons being is just, again, they make really quality products, and they do a lot of conservation when it comes to fishing, and I just love that anytime that a company gets back into the conservation of the sport that we love and enjoy to do. I'm a huge fan of it. They are fishing company that makes apparel, rather than some of these other companies that are apparel companies that make fishing gear. And so everything that they do is geared towards fishermen. So check out AFTCO apparel. Again, I'll leave links in the description below for all of this gear to make it easy for you. All right, next up on our list actually is the tackle bag. Now, This particular bag is relatively inexpensive. The reason I put it in the list where I did is because you can spend as little as 30 bucks like I did for this particular bag, or I've seen bags go up to $120. So I just wanted to show you guys the bag I currently use, which again was 30 bucks. The only thing with this particular one, I picked it up from Bass Pro. I love the storage in it. I love the functionality in it. However, being a saltwater fisherman, the zippers can corrode. So if you're fishing the saltwater and don't really want to have to worry about it, I would recommend going with a bag that has buckles or zippers that aren't made out of metal and corrosive. And I'll leave a link to a couple bags down below. I personally love a backpack because whenever we are loading and unloading, I just love to throw this thing on my back. Gives me two hands in order to carry the rods, the coolers, anything else that we might need to bring. Next up on our list is actually, I think, a really cool gift idea, and that is a fillet knife. If you love fish, well, you gotta clean it somehow, and the only way that you're able to do it is with a fillet knife. I have two brands that I can personally recommend because I do have experience with them. One is Dexter Outdoors. They have a very good knife. This one is pretty inexpensive, and another cool thing about it is you can actually mold this handle to your own grip, which I think is really cool because then it's kind of customized to you. The other knife that I have experience with is actually a Bubble Blade. Now, Bubble Blade has a wonderful grip also. It's very tacky, meaning it's gonna stick in your hand, especially if you're cutting through some of these thicker, meatier fish. And it's also got a nice little thumb indentation there so you can really torque down whenever you're cutting. The other thing I like about this one is just the blade. The blade definitely feels a lot stronger than the Dexter blade, and you can see that the thickness on them is quite different. The Bubble Blade definitely comes in a little thicker, but depending upon your budget, the Bubble Blade is definitely more expensive than the Dexter knife. So depending upon your budget, you have two good options, and I believe that no matter which one you choose, I think your fisherman will be happy with either one of them. Moving right along, we have one of my favorite items on the list, and that is the Xtratuf ankle boots. Man, I wear these things literally everywhere. There's good reason why. You will see these on a ton of fishermen out there. I actually did a review on these boots that you can find by clicking up right here. They come in at around 90 bucks, and they are waterproof, extremely comfortable, and just an overall amazing buy. If your fisherman is in need of a new pair of shoes for fishing, I highly recommend these things. I have abused them for about a year, and they are still in really great shape. I wear these things pretty much every time I go fishing, and I just love how comfortable they are. I cannot recommend them more. They are great shoes. There's a reason why everyone wears them. It's because they are freaking amazing. So check them out. You will not be disappointed. All right, another essential item for any fisherman is going to be a nice pair of polarized sunglasses. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that any brand is different than another. I want you to be able to have a few choices and choose what you think is best, but you can't go wrong with Maui Jim, Costa, or Smith Optics. And again, I'll leave links to each three of those companies down in the description below. That way you're able to take a look at them. And as far as lens color goes, I'll leave another video down in the description below if you want to try and determine between a blue or a green lens. Those are two of the most frequently used. The quick rundown is blue lens you will use mainly offshore, and a green lens is where you're gonna be using inshore. Me personally, I went with Maui Jim, and the reason is that whenever I tried them on in the store, I felt like just the clarity of these surpassed the Costas that I tried on. So like I said, can't go wrong with any of those. It's an essential item. You do want a pair of polarized glasses when you are fishing. Now the next item on our list does up the ante when it comes to price, but if you're looking for a bigger gift, and this is in your price range, I would highly recommend getting a GoPro. One of the reasons why I like GoPro so much is just because of how rugged and durable they are, and the fact that they're waterproof. They're really versatile when it comes to fishing. I personally use it every time I go fishing, obviously because I have a YouTube channel for fishing. It's one of those essential items. But even if you don't have a YouTube channel and you just want to record some memories of you fishing, this GoPro is the right camera for you. And it's just nice sometimes if you are hooked up to a fish just to relive that memory. Sometimes you're gonna lose one and it's gonna be a heartbreaker that you can relive over and over and over again. This one is the GoPro Hero 9, and one of the reasons why I like the GoPro Hero 9 is because of the software feature called Hindsight. With Hindsight, what it lets you do is record 30 seconds in the past. You can be fishing for hours, you click record as soon as that fish is on, and you're gonna have the previous 30 seconds all the way through you hooking the fish, fighting the fish, and hopefully landing the fish. And it's that one piece of footage on your memory card rather than hours of footage that you have to sift through and search through. One of the reasons why I love the GoPro Hero 9, it really cuts down when it comes to getting footage off of this onto the computer, onto YouTube, so you guys can watch it. So GoPro Hero 9, check it out. Alrighty, now for all of you ballers out there, this is definitely the most expensive item on the list, but this is one of those cool, unique gifts that no one else is gonna have, and that is an underwater drone. Of course, you're probably used to seeing drones that fly and see things above the water, but this particular bad boy can actually see under the water, and it can record in 4K up to 30 frames per second. It can even record 60 frames per second at 1080p, so you can get some really cool underwater footage. We have taken this out and seen some awesome footage underwater of wrecks, fish, rocky bottoms, and it's just one of those cool things that you can use this little tiny submarine to view all of that. This is one of those expensive items, but if you are in the market for a really unique gift, the Chasing Gladius Mini is a underwater drone that you will love and you will enjoy seeing all of the footage that comes from it. So guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you were able to find some value in it. If so, please consider liking it for me. It would really help me out. And if you do have any questions about any of the items that you saw in this video, definitely leave a comment below. I would love to answer any questions that you guys have, or if you guys had any cool suggestions, I want to hear those down in the description below. That way, if anyone's watching this video and wants any other ideas, they'll be able to hear from you guys down there too. So that's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing because I would love to have you a part of this community. And until the next video, I hope you're able to get out and catch some fish.